Laurent Louis, born February 29, 1980, is a French-speaking Belgian politician, former member of the Belgian Chamber of Representatives, and Holocaust denier. He is known for anti-Semitic speeches and actions, Holocaust denial, and for spreading rumors about other public figures. On June 17, 2014, Louis received a suspended sentence of 8 months in prison for slander relating to accusations of pedophilia he had made against public figures. In June 2015 he got a suspended 6-month sentence for breaking the 1995 Belgian law against Holocaust denial and lost his right to run for office in the next 6 years. He filed an appeal. Louis was ordered by the Belgian Court of Appeal in 2017, in lieu of a sentence and fine, to visit one Nazi concentration camp a year for the next 5 years. Career. Louis began his parliamentary career as a member of the Conservative People's Party, led by Belgian Jewish politician Michel Modrikamen, from which he was expelled after a few months in office. In 2011 he created a new political party, the Movement for Liberty and Democracy, Mouvement pour la liberté et la démocratie, which he dissolved in January 2013 and began advocating the dissolution of all political parties. He then joined the Islamist Belgian Party Islam, Belgian Political Party, FR. He soon had a falling out with them, although he continued to claim to be the party's president, with the spokesman for the party noting, "We had been warned that he was not a stable person, but had decided to give him a chance." In late 2013, Louis founded a movement called Belgians Rise Up. Débat les Belges. As of April 2014, it was said to be riven by internal conflict, and after the May 2014 Belgian federal elections, Louis announced that he was dissolving his party, which had received less than 1% of votes and would thus not receive any seat either at the federal or regional levels. Accusations against public figures. After accusing several prominent figures of pedophilia, a 2012 editorial in El Evif accused Louis in turn of using anti-pedophile activism in order to promote himself. On March 27, 2014, during a parliamentary debate on the costs of the visit of the U.S. President, Louis ended a speech by accusing the Prime Minister, Elio Di Rupo, of being a pedophile. "Thank you, Mr. Pedophile, Prime Minister, sorry." This led to the suspension of the session and the temporary withdrawal of Louis's right to speak before the chamber. Louis repeated this allegation in April 2014, during judicial proceedings against him for slander. He was convicted of some, but not all, of these allegations and received a suspended sentence of 8 months in prison on June 17, 2014. Antizionism and anti-Semitism. In 2013, Laurent Louis declared himself to be an anti-Zionist and espoused a theory alleging that the Holocaust was funded by Zionists to advance Zionism. He wrote on his Facebook profile, "Look at how Zionists financed Hitler and created the Second World War in order to further their project, the foundation of the State of Israel. There it is, that's how Zionists have become the masters of the world." At a rally held in front of the Israeli embassy in Brussels, he stepped on the flag of Israel and was also seen holding a Hezbollah flag. He was quoted as saying to Syrian national TV, "Europe is being used in the conflict as a tool in the hands of Israel, the rogue state." Louis has met several times with the French comedian Dieudonné Mbala, referring to himself as Dieudonné's ambassador to Belgium and performing the Canel gesture popularized by Dieudonné, reminiscent of the Nazi salute. In January 2014, during discussion of current affairs in the Chamber of Representatives, he made the Canel gesture and spoke of, "This Holocaust produced and financed, let us remember, by the founders of Zionism." The president of the chamber condemned these remarks and the hateful and uncalled for gesture, while the Belgian League Against Anti-Semitism brought suit against Laurent Louis for anti-Semitism and Holocaust denial. In spring 2014, Laurent Louis announced that a European Congress of Dissidents would be held on May 4 in the Brussels capital region, including figures such as D. Udon, Alain Zarol, Kemi Seba, and the anti-Semitic essayist Hervé Risson. The demonstration, described in the press as an anti-Semitic meeting, was prohibited by Belgian authorities. The location of the meeting, kept secret until the last minute, was finally announced as Anderlecht, but the approximately 500 people who showed up were dispersed by law enforcement. Jewish Museum of Belgium shooting. Following the May 24, 2014 fatal shooting at the Jewish Museum of Belgium, Joel Rubenfeld of the Belgian League Against Anti-Semitism described the act as the inevitable result of a climate that distills hatred. It will be necessary to use all legal means to silence the preachers of this hate who are responsible for spreading this virus of anti-Jewish hatred, specifically mentioning Laurent Louis and D. Udon. Louis Laurent vehemently denounced Rubenfeld's accusations on his Facebook page and denying that his views were anti-Semitic. He suggested that the attack could be a false flag operation seeking to discredit him and his political party on the eve of the 2014 Belgian federal elections. This villainous act is clearly being used to tarnish my image and that of Débat les Belges on the eve of the elections. Should we see in this a false flag aiming to reduce the success of Débat les Belges in tomorrow's elections? Louis later posted that he had received death threats and that police claimed his life was in danger. Support for Hezbollah. On November 2, 2015, Al Mana TV reported that a delegation from Europe, which included Louis, had recently met with Hezbollah Deputy Secretary General Sheikh Naim Qassem as part of a show of solidarity with the resistance in its fight against terrorism. During the broadcast, Louis stated that Hezbollah's fight against terrorism constitutes a comprehensive defense of humanity, and of interfaith coexistence, while adding that the Western leaders' collaboration with terrorism has been exposed, despite their false claims that they are protecting democracy and human rights.
Please subscribe and thanks for watching.